tukufa nako kwingi butando zifogere butando angudao betu ntusaba komo umuntu wawe urukwe asagika umuntu wawe urukwe gomba betu hampera biwe na fayo bomezi wanko umuntu makwa bana tukusagika bajya kugenda betu baswa kwebwa at the end of the day no sanga tabagaruka kukonyera otwekero kuguru wo mukazi womuzikiro umwana afire mu bitu nkebi ntusaba nyakabulyoma abe bulindara hagati y'obomezi bwe hagati mukasumi kano aka political season omwaka 2025 2026 na metolekizo mkaruru. Today it's another big day. We have the mayors in the house. The mayors abakazi omukazi n'omusaija n'abakazi n'abasaija abakuligira entebe iyo kwebembere urubuga rwetu rukoto rw'Burambuzi, that is for Portro Tourism City. Omukazi kati mpero omugisa okubungisa omukazi n'omusaija nkwata ngabu kandi kinyakunsemiza bona ne bakorana. I have been seeing joy smells all over in the house here in the studios ekikumanyisa bantu abanyakuzire abarikwetegeza kecho okora abataine nyakukana yamani mbebembezi because at the end of the day they are all NRM candidates, but at the end of the day tutaga omu mulebano no wagende ayesimbe mukaruru kala kabona nebitebe bindi bere kujja kuba nibizira omukutera karuru omwaka 2026. Ekimeeza, here we are. Ningonza kutandikira hamgenyi wange watakera kukanya muno mkimeta kazoga muga. By the way, you've never been here before, I think. The speaker kabrole for Portro Tourism City Council no one speaker wayo omwebembezi omkuru, that is none other than Albert Ahebwa. Abengi barikumanya nko Rasta mkabuga kino Burambuzi, maybe na Uganda yona, because I've not had any other name in among the leaders we have in this country called Rasta. I think it's a unique name.
Yeah, sure.
Good evening.
Because Fort Portro is also unique.
Oh, sure.
It must have unique leaders.
Okay. Look into the camera, Mr. Albert, and say hi to the viewers, and we keep the discussion moving.
Thank you, our host. I want to, first of all, appreciate the management of Fort TV for giving us an opportunity to be here to speak to our people. I'm Abara Gange, Minyo Albert Ahebwa. Speaker of Fort Portro City. Baitonta kabeire speaker abantu ba Central Division bakankoma kuba mukurasi our Central Division ha city. Obunahikire mu city batayi bange nkokumwa abakomere the representatives of different constituencies banta mu bwesigwa nkaba nyemerire na mutayi wange Honorable Pendo, the Deputy Mayor, Wiro Wakatakabele Mayor, Deputy Mayor, kandi abaingi bakoma munyowe as the Speaker of the city. Mbaile ninkora anka Speaker for the last 4 years, sazo ntugia mwaka gwa katano. Omulimo ogunkunihira ngo nkozere kurungi.
You are most welcome.
Ninda mucha abatulirize kandi onyikirize waitu mtekaniza wa program nganyire aba baferirwe. Abokuba birobone timanyire kiki orano enda kumanya ngo abantu mbafa muno okaguzito ba politicians abagenda kuzika in a week no sobora kuzika abantu nke 15
in a week
all categories abana bato abantu bakuru kandi tubakufarufurumu but different emphasis different accident verogere valiro butwa bamutugire old age cancer name it so ninyenda kuumuza families ezihirweho abagonza bababo cyo tubaire Karago ntuzika Stella mcyara mpora Rufire tumuzikire kero cya hati n'ingumi ya families ezihirweho abagonza bababo kandi nimbagamba abagume because now death is becoming normal. It is
inevitable.
Part of us. Karabuli omuntu yafuaga tumara nebiro bingi tutakamuzikire babanza bakoleye sanduku bitsazino sanduku abakoleye sanduku bine businesses bamanya abantu anytime bakorake
nabagenda
bafa kandi ebe wito mtekaniza wa program tibiri byo kusekera. It means society is taking a direction that is scary.
Kabetali usual.
Yeah, usual. So, but nevertheless, life has to go on. Kuya kugumiangana kurora ngo ebyo ebitoire bagenzi baitu twarengaho yito kubyeyihaho kubidojinga kuba aro bitswa kwehugura aro bitswa kwehugura nkemirire yaitu jore tukazika omwana isirwe kansa myaka 19 yodwanda kansa neseraki mbana bato baitu tukakora research as a city twasanga ngo nebyo kuri byonke bitukuri on the market imbere tereza abantu kuri obutwa kandi ukurugwamu ebirwaire nkebyo so nkomwe bembeze of course niterera abantu bange korora ngo twalengaho kwehugura ibintu ebemu kandi obutukuba tuliyo ntuzika twegereho akuzika tutagenda kuzika kwonka twegereho kusikira umuntu afirata turole ngo twayirinda kandi twikara munsi yegumire kandi yerumwa abantu abakwitwa abebembeze tusemerire kwebembera abantu abomezi kandi abali productive obukora Uganda only like 20% of the population of that pays tax, so meaning Uganda ina abantu 30 habuli 10 abakusosora umusoro, so obucheka nsanje habuli 10 tabakusosora umusoro.
Okay.
So meaning ihanga lina population inkote etali more productive, so there is need for us to work to see that we push our society forward.
Thank you so much, Honorable Albert Ahebwa Umrasta, for coming through today, and ahead there discussion the zini jokwantubazaho a number of things as we move on. Wetu Akiki, the mayoress aspirant to mayor and for Port Tourism City, Nena Kutangira, Ramjaba Kutorora, and we move on.
Thank you so much, Akiki Gonza, on behalf of Fort TV.
Yes, please.
For inviting me. And hosting me. First of all, my name is Kiwinde Sylvia.
Yes.
Akiki. Mama City.
Nimpura.
Maybe 4-wheel drive. Masanyarazi 3-phase. Ndumukazi msitakati.
Yes.
Ndumuha wabaranzi. Mwizukuru wababito na batwamba. Kandi umnyoro wange mbito. Amakagange garikagote. Kusoma kwange. Primary school nkagisoma nagimara Kibuli Demonstration School, secondary education Gayaza High School and St. Maria Goretti Girls Secondary School, Makerere University Business School, Makerere University, Ndeje University, Mountains of the Moon University. So nsomere ebintu ebyobuhandiki rundi ebyobubazi, accounting, auditing, public sector accounting, amateka, masters in business administration, na habweki.
Kusoma kwa kwingi.
Na habweki. Nyemerira Hantebe, yoba city mayor.
Yes.
Port Tourism City.
Very good.
Abokuba, ebinsomeri. Nibinywana na trade, nibinywana na commerce, nibinywana na business.
Kurana.
Kandi experience keke nakozire. Nkakoraho na Civil Aviation Authority Nkyarugera University, nakora na Stanbic Bank, nakora na local government, Fort Municipal Council, ndi accountant umuhandiko w'ebitabo, nkemera Hantebe yobwa woman MP, ntarabemu, nagaruka nasaba omulimo mu Fort Tourism City ogwa auditor, ogwo mubazo w'ebitabo, bagumpa. Hati ngarukire kwa Simba Hantebe yobwa city mayor. Ba mayor tuinabo
basatu
mu city. Tuino wa North Division, tuino wa Central Division, tuino na overall
Lord Mayor,
city mayor ogu umurore mulinyo. Kandi nintekereza Port Tourism City.
Yes.
Obwera komanyowe. Ninsima muno obusagiki. Financial, prayers, fuel, the vehicles, abantu bangondeze muno. Kandi ndumukazi wekitebe kya NRM. Ha village yange kagote ndi chairperson wa Women's League. Ha parish yange kagote the publicity secretary wa NRM. Ha Central Division the secretary for finance NRM. Ha city the treasurer Women's League. Kugamba,
you've lived a life of leadership.
Lived, yeah.
Thank you so much.
I have the experience and the technical knowledge
about a lot of
everything.
things. Thank you so much for coming through. Webaliwe yatuyungaho omukasumi kanu kenyini tinkumanya no tururankaha betukimucho kantugonza kusima habo kusanga butosa oba hamnaitwe nka TV okuba no tukuratiraga no twondera okwetegereza ebintu nabiri ebikuba nebefa munuka omunsi yaitu Toro and Uganda at large. So today's discussion ababiri banu abanda mu studios tugenda kwantu bazaye ensonga nyingi muno ezehingulirize obwebembezi na muno enkondo yakaleji tuna tugisimba hano wetu munuka omukibuga kino kya Fort Portal. Ababiri badubona bal under the ticket of NRM, the ruling party, kan bona ne basera kadi habiriyo kwezi biriba byanyu bingabira kwezi abirina bena okwezi kuno nyino kutandikire kiro kino ababiri bantu cyo kubantu sera muri bo bona na abingi abatasobere kwije mukiro cyati no hagenda kwate bendera habo kitebeke cye NRM no kwasobere kwetaba mukalitanga kabande bitebe bindi omwake 2026. We want to say today our discussion negamba ngo nominations are done, what next? Hakuba ninkiriza inywena ababiri mugenzere cyadondo hakitebe cyanyu ikikuru mbere odo tango do yabaire na timu ezindi zona mwasora kubana mutunge handiko nke papule bikubikiriza mwije mwetabe omu primaries as a NRM. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you as I say congratulations.
Thank you.
And besides that, since you are mulibana benjwe ya NRM kuonera kangu abakutorora no winganiza no gingo bukwetegereza kacyahiguro, I wish you guys could shake a hand nuko bamanye mu discussion yenu a lively and free and fair. Thank you for coming through. That is a sign to show that these people are one family.
Look at me.
Ono msita mwina wangi.
Otyo.
On mwana wangu.
We are family.
Okay.
We are in this 21st century. The Gen Z, when you get to Kenya.
Yeah, the Gen Z.
We are here to challenge the old guards.
Oh, I love that.
I am here to challenge her.
Old guards, what is the difference? Am I too old?
You cannot.
You see,
now, for example,
I am his elder sister.
Akiki, wait.
So the elder
you
sister
cannot,
first, and the young brother
Akiki, wait.
next.
You
Yes.
cannot, for example, compare a Primo model 2008.
Yes.
Now you
to a GLE model 2024.
How about the four-wheel drive? How about the four-wheel drive?
Okay, Akiki, let's come back. With that simple expression, Abarioni Mutorora, these guys seem to be friends, but at the end of the day, they are all leaders, and they wish each of them wish themselves well at the end of the day. Now, nkoko maze kuruga mu nominations omrasta ahewa Gilbert Albert. Ntuenda kukiranganiza ngo twolekeriza akaruru aka primaries NRM ebero bikweze kumwatugambira na bena. Ebyo na bihoire nominations hoire. Now that you are nominated, all of you qualify to stand for the flag primaries election days. What next? Nitandikana iwe Honorable Albert.
Webale wetu mtekamiza wa program betu ntakagiraho nanye ninsaba abantu bamanye ikigalihiraho kukera nyuko bakazira.
Why did you miss that opportunity? You see, you're still young.
We have 2 hours.
We have 2 hours.
We have 2 hours.
Yes, please. Kusai dakika 10 zokubanza.
You see, there are many ways of killing the rat.
So you're going to start with the...
I wanted to see where she can stop, and I also see...
He's copying what I'm doing.
Whatever. Okay,
please. Go on.
No, but my colleague...
remember, Mr.
I have a presentation, and you also have a presentation, so the style I present may not be similar to yours.
And after all, you're a Mrasta and she's a four-wheel drive.
Because in life, you can be a lawyer, I can be a businessman, working in the hardware. We can all be successful.
So you're going to drive the city in reverse.
So
let him take his time.
Okay.
I am an educated man. Ndumsita by clan. Nzarwa abasambu, mujukuru abahinda na abachwamba. Nanye nkagenda mu isomero. Nasoma mpaka a degree ya masters. Nina masters in human rights, Mackay University. Degree yange yokubanza ekaba mu webembezi, leadership and governance. Kandi I mainly focused on administration and management.
Of which you are into practice as of now.
Ejo nkagisomera Makerere University Business School. Ekikale kinyiziremu tinkwe hanga ndi mukikaro ekinyineho obukugu amaka gange gali Nyabukara ward omu kyalo kya Mukubo n'Onyikara kugenda hamuramwa ogwonkagwize tumazire nominations. What next? Sasa no tuli mu karuru ka primaries akebitebe kandi abatayi baitu bainindora mbapikinga forms the other parties.
Yes.
What I can tell the people ngu ndi duly nominated nkateka empapura zange kandi owekitine Satango Doi yazikiriza yanyikiriza genda kusirira karuru hantebe wa city mayor for Poto City. Ekyo nkimanyisa ngo ninyikirizibwa kusirira karuru mu bantu kandi roadmap yaitu ekaba negambe biro kwezi kibanzo ntutandika kukoraki
kusirira karuru
kandi kiro kintu kibe kibanze kandi nyo ntandikireho abo kuba ikitebe cyange nkinyikiriza kutandika kusirira karuru okagwize kikaguzo kirumi. What next?
Kike chukongera
waitu mtekaniza wa program ninyeja with a different style of politics. Action cyange nkateka a new era of leadership
has begun.
Not only leadership but even during the democratic process we need a new era. Tukiayenda karuru akukurwana. I am a very peaceful man. Ndi musaija obusingi ni myaka ene imazira musite kanso tokahuragi ibara lyange liri ene ho ya rodoti
nugo manana
akuba na degree inasomera ya leadership and governance akabara mu element ya conflict resolution. So I am very good at solving conflicts. Ninyenda akarura ko obusingi kandi ninyenda kusima batayi banga banyesimbira nabo kandi ntakabasimire nyenda ku blaminga the management ya Fort TV mubeira unfair kwetanyo na kiki twenka kandi kuna liba batayi baitu basatu nabo bakubeira hano.
Okay.
Because post time in the mayors.
I will respond to that. Continue.
Because now we are at a party level. Twena tulivaye at least nabo bakubeire.
Okay.
Because me I believe in equal rights and justice. Ntugenda tutandikire kusera karuru, tugenda kwa rallies. We are supposed to have joint rallies.
This time they are joint, right?
They are joint.
I like
that. Mbainimbaza na one of the aspirants Kabarole. I think tomorrow we in a harmonization meeting on how they will move.
Okay.
NATO, of course, we are waiting. We are not sure when, but I'm sure by Jakutugambera when we are at harmonizing. If we are moving together, but we the terms and conditions is to semi kondera rundi obtrava tutakurubata ham harmonizing turolengwa akikyara abali bukwali kandi narasto tabanka bukwali because ntutomerangana noro lito nakika ntsek baitu abahagize baitu bali charged kusanga tuli mukikaro kim no sanga bali barwana runda haba hikizibu. So we are going to harmonize. If we are going turanturubati twenka tuja kumanya turanturubati hamu nacho tukimanya baitu nyowe I am not wasting time. Nyowe I am moving, I am on ground. Ninsira karuru mbusinge ambere nkusanga opponent. Actually tukatanga naho with my opponent tuli chugumu akaba in a meeting somewhere nyonka nindu bata house to house baitu. I didn't even know that. No kumuramuki antamuramuki urundi cyakoreseroho confusion mbahagizi baitu nkamurora akale at a distance
yakura
nawe akandora
maya hakajambo
akabata ali haraho baitu. What I'm trying to say is that akaba a situation where we were in the same ward, which wouldn't have been good kuba twaitu ina abantu bengi which would have brought in confusion and all that. But it's better we be in different places.
Okay.
But even if we are not in different places, I call upon our fans ngu let us have a peaceful,
let peace prevail,
democratic process. Akuba akaruru karo for just 6 months, or even auka 6 months
tizjaika sahazi
utoramara aka primary nkakwata flag rundi akakwata flag rundi end of us akakwata flag tuja kuba tuineyo like around like 5 months to January
to the finals.
So it is a small period that shouldn't disorganize society. Saba mututera akaruru akosinge kandi obukaraho raba asingire ayebembera abantu bona. You see, leadership is service. But most of us look at leadership as jobs.
Okay.
Abahagizi baitu tubaroranka obururu. Tutubaroranka abantu n'ebizibu byabo. We look at our voters as votes that we can use to take up positions. But we don't look at our voters with the problems they have. Because if I offer myself as mayor, obunkwehayo kuba mayor, ninjija kumaraho ebizibu, rundi kulengaho kukesha ebizibu ebya society ekutangatangana. Ninihera na my opponents baine manifestos.
They do.
Manifestos zabo tizukufocusinga hali the opponents. Tizukufocusinga how they can solve society problems
and challenges.
You know? So, baitu abakiro bwingi ito tuija ebikaro bino ntobero nk'emirimo.
Mulimo gwange wataguntwara.
Yeah, nyo ndi mwana azarwa ya hano. Senkuru wange wakasusu, senyewa ikara boma. Ninihera ngu nsemerire kurwanira ensi yange. Ensi yange must come first. I must have that patriotic heart. Mulinyowe. Before I even think about personal benefits. Yes, position ya mayor or musara or a lot of allowances. But to act semerire ku blindfoldinga obwongo bwange to serve the people. Akuba abantu bakunkoma, we are signing a social contract. I want to interest you to read about the social contract theory. It is a very good theory.
I will go through and check.
Abebembeza bakiro bwingi tebakumanya.
True.
Ako muntu bwakutera akaruru undi akakusimba enyuma. Nkimanyisa everything sabi byona byejwire
yabikwesigisa
nirakali yali haho yalikuha ngu otwale ebizibu bye kandi obira kali ogumuntu akwesigira kutere mu bwesiko. That is the contract you're saying by voting. Haukuba obukumara kuli akaruru, you don't need any appointment letter. Aka akaruru is the appointment.
It's a direct appointment.
After voting for you, ogendo taking an oath, and you start work immediately. So, nyowe ndemwebembezi rukunumiriro ensi yange. Haukuba na position eyimbairemu as speaker, as councillor, tukozere ebintu binge muno Port City. Yes, ebe mu bitolemere baitu tebitolemere ngo abokuba tugondeze bitoleme. Ebe mu bitolemere because there are challenges, there are obstacles
of life
that are not in our own making. But no sanga maybe central government ni yetolemeseze. Maybe some of our colleagues teba performing it to their expectations. Because I want to ninyana kugambira umutekaniza wa program buli mwebembezi otera karuru aine role ye eyatakusana ni ya mgenzu.
Correct.
A speaker, for example, I have been the speaker. I have my well laid out roles and responsibilities.
Ezo ina kukora mu ofisi.
Ezinyena kukora. Mayor aine roles ezo ina kukora. Councillor aine roles is in a kora ugunwa back bench gukukura the members of parliament about back benchers and front benchers. The front benchers are the members of the executive, the ministers and all that. So nyowo bumbeire position yegi emirime yange ngiteiro umutima na chukora kurumi. Sazina as we talk, Fort Portal has 5 ordinances performance ya council grading on how many bylaws, how many ordinances you put in place. A live example is the waste management ordinance in Fort Portal City. Ngu saa zino tukahimba obusobozi bw'okusoroza kasasiro twabwihaho council twabugarura abantu ababulikiro habwaki ntubugarura we are creating more jobs.
Employment.
For example, iyo mtekaniza program, you are at liberty to come and collect waste within the city. Enyuma aho twali ntugaba license yeduka. For example, bukuba ineduka no sola license mukanso. License yegi yabahuga waste fees. But when we privatized waste management, hati ha license ya waste fees twagihaho. Because we realized in waste fees yezo twali charginga zale a bit unfair. No sanga kihunde aine hardware na generating around 4 tons of waste. No sanga nyewe nye na hano saloon or a boutique ni producing around 3 kilos of waste. But no sangi twena msoro ngugumu. We looked at that to agamba that is unfair taxation to the people. To agamba let us apply the polluter pay policy.
The polluter pay?
Polluter pay policy.
Ni bibi
polluter pay policy in developed urban centers, even now in Uganda and some other cities and urban centers, they are applying the polluter pay policy. Polluter, it means you're the polluter, you're the one generating waste. Polluter, you're generating waste. Whatever waste you pay, you must, whatever waste you generate, you must pay for it. Ngubuli kasasiro yone yoku generating oine gikoraki ugisasura. Kandi tutugarukira honka omuntu asagamba ngwa kanso neyenda kukora sente kunka. But we are also coming out to sensitize our people. Not all waste is waste. Teri ngubuli kasasiro yone yokubo generatingira hano Fort TV. Nguyona waste. For example, we have the bottles, the whiskey bottles.
They can be recycled.
We have the wine bottles. If you have traversed our tourist sites here like Chaninga, Creator Safari, name it, Onganyire kutera Karango. They have turned these whiskey bottles into whiskey glasses, wine bottles into juice glasses. Hati hivi tukuitagisa nabyo ku ruhimbo kabya kanse katwaranka. Mukasasiro. There is some waste eyosobora kuihamo maybe biogas, you know, having smart energy at your place. So obutuli on collecting, we are even sensitizing our people. We are transiting our people into modernity, into the smart living. Not all waste is waste. Then most of the organic waste tukuihambantu mtugitwara hati itowetu mkiteri. And we have made very many collaborations with non-government organizations. A case in point is KRC. We are recycling our organic waste into briquettes. Yes. If you look at a factory like Hima spends a lot on heating. They use firewood and maybe power, electricity. But kuba to replacing, if Hima replaced the firewood and the electricity with briquettes, it would cut their heating costs by almost 80%. And I am glad that Hima is also exploring, you know, using sustainable practices that do not affect the environment. Because of wood, it means you're cutting down the trees.
Exactly.
You're affecting the environment, you know. But when you replace wood with the briquettes, the organic waste, because that one we shall have a lot. I am glad that even government has moved to create regional waste recycling hubs. In Fort Portal, we are going to have a waste recycling hub, whereby we shall be capturing all the western waste here and recycling it. And other regions will have these recycling hubs. So it is not only in Fort Portal, but climate change is now a global or national challenge. And it tuinekiona kitsobora kukora other than to embrace new innovations, do more research. So ito to moving a step even before government brings the hub. Ito kitere sazo ntukora briquettes, ntukora manure. ntuplaninga kuleta ekyoma ekikushreddinga plastics enyuma aho tukasanga ngu bana bakwenda plastics oba kutwara in their original form. They don't realize value for money. Nosanga truck zero plastics baitu nosanga natani quick. But hatito we want to break it down for them. Tutunge machine a shredding and a compacting these plastics so that the one buying from us can take in bigger tonnage.
Now, as you come to a climax of your first segment of your submission, if you no gamba heavy, one of the behavior, bimazire kuba nebikorwa nebinakora between now to December before the next year's election, rumdikibide bim hariye bibyo kunera kora once given a chance to be the state mayor.
Be already in place because I can invite Fort TV. We go to Kitere and you do a documentary on what on the work we are doing. One of the national TVs in Uganda, Yakaija tukora a documentary as Fort Portal as a model city, and I was part of that documentary, and I explained what we are doing, kandina videos, evidence yeroho, tukagenda na site, and people saw the production. So what I'm saying is already there, neve mobili in the pipeline. Sazino we have to a private players to come and shred the plastics. Abukoma machine here to installing it, but is shipped to because we have a collaboration with KRC.
Okay.
But twine partners. Ruengo mahali ya rohomane in a machine na shredding these plastics. Mutauni yeito bukwetorora kigumira mun osokorora kavera with plastic to girora. Kani ni hero bine some collection points.
Yeah, zero nyingi mun is true.
So toire private players to collect these plastics as we get our machine. Why are we doing all this? Is because we want, one, to raise our revenue base. Hakuwa ngiswaza manu kusanga Fort Portal sazine collecting only 2 billion the financial year. We want to raise the revenue base, and two, we also want to create more job opportunities. We realize that in Fort Portal we have a very big unemployment deficit. So by creating all these, ventures, we are trying to give our younger people more opportunities to take up and utilize. And I'm glad that in Fort Portal, in Singanto Zaitu Fort Portal, they are really embracing some of these opportunities. Obo kuba norole kirole kya kasasero nkikolektinge kyaba private players. Abana bino homuzike bwabo mbatera nurora ngwe kibali ono bakora ne bakiegondezam because it is bringing in income
at the end of the day.
You have to motivate people to do work. Omuntu wako batakutunga sente mu kyakora. Definitely takuja chikora. Because now abo ba private player, the more they look for waste, the more money they get. If they relax, they will not get the what? The money. So hati hiki unkiba motivatinga kusira vile kakasasero kona. Hati hito tu ine challenge. No sanga akiki hunde timgamba chikoziri. No sanga huta kuenda kusasura west. Kiro na kwate vintu sasuro mukade na pakira matoko. Na biana vinaga somewhere. Runo sanga in the markets. No sanga ba paving gira somewhere. So hati a private player wakwiji. Busarugia kumusasura for that garbage. So tukaleka matoka zaitu ezimu. Corona is filling those gaps. Is collecting that waste able to get a good day like that.
Okay, thank you so much, Honorable Ahevo Albert. Tingwoneze kukutahamo because your first submission nyendezo banzo giheyu kurungi takuchwira chwiremu, but in the next segment njakuwa nikutahamu tu interacting ko discussion for live. Now, akiki ningera wahure vya Honorable Albert Ibanabaza, but I think you don't share the same ideas. The question goes back to you now that nominations are done. What next?
What next after nominations?
Yes.
This is the time to engage with the community. Campaigns have started. We have to tell people our agenda, our manifesto. Nyowe nkachihunde Sylvia. Ningoza kumanyisa abakuturereza kandi abaturerire ngo I know the jurisdiction of Fort Portal Tourism City. Fort Portal Tourism City is made of Central Division and North Division. It is made of 25 wards. It It is made of 200 villages. What I am going to do, mazire emyaka 20 mu local government, as a city mayor, if voted into office, njja kuba supervisor wa town clerk n'abakozi bonna. Ningonza kumanyisa abakutorora kiki ekya Fort Portal Tourism City Council ekyesemerere kuba nebakora and what I have on my agenda. First of all, Fort Portal Tourism City Council has departments mpoku ekujja kutwaza. Harimu education department y'ebyenyegesa, harimu health department y'ebyobwomezi n'obuyonjo, harimu finance department eya revenues, ensoro z'emisoro, expenditure, harimu procurement, harimu planning, economic planning, hariyo natural resources department ejerumu environment officers, hariyo engineering department omarumba engineers, water engineers, mechanical engineers, civil engineers, hariyo community based services, community based services department ekwatagana n'ebitebe by'abakazi, ebitebe by'ensinganto, ebitebe by'ebyaro, community based services. Hariyo land management section, hariyo city service commission, between commissions and boards, between a land board, between a public accounts committee. Ebyo bir within what I know, the experience I have, and how I am going to serve the people of Fort Portal Tourism City.
I see.
You see? Nyowe manifesto yangi ningoza ginywanisa n'omuntu warugenda kunkoma. If you're voting for me, ndio nikugambira ngo nigenda kukora orugudo. Of what benefit is the road to the voter?
Aina kwanza akemanya.
Aina nyina kumsoborora ngo when I go to office, I am going to monitor the education department so that abana enfuzi sobole kubahereza bursaries, abana abalvulnerable abazaire abanaku semerire kubetegereza, and I am going, because nkugambirege amasomo ganga ganasomere neganywana na local government, neganywana na public sector accounting, neganywana na auditing, neganywana na administration, kandi obukugu obunkozere nabo ninyetegereza kiki ekyo kukora. I feel so much for the people of Fort Portal Tourism City. Nobombeire ndemuka kuyege the whole of today mbe ni repairing emirikondo. Kamengo, Rubingo ward ngisibira mu kero kyona, Nzara ward nsibira ni repairing emirikondo. Nsangira abana ba government bababingire, mpanga babingira abana fees.
Obwe byano bikora mu capacity ki mama
mpanga babingire fees. At how much is fees? Babingira omwana wa Nyakagongo primary school, it is 30,000. I am a farmer, nina ebitoke byange, nina poultry, and I am generous. I like giving back to the community. No sanga omulikondo gutaha gufire nka 2 years ago. Abantu nibanywe bigana, izuba likafa, manyarumu enzoka, manyarumu ebinyansi. So I have been feeling the pain so much.
Abembezi obaliyo mbikare.
I've been feeling the pain. I said, let me offer myself. You know, kakubota offering in public. Tabasobora kukoma. Atabareza bakutabaremuka bakoma. So I have moved to them, telling them that abebembezi ababaire barumu tabakubanywanisa na government na services. If we have education department, because me I'm an expert in budgeting, kandi budgeting egyo niyo rusoro wa Fort Portal Tourism City Council. I want to educate the leaders from LC1 that, you know, when I was going around mbere nsangire nguba LC1 zabakiro bwingi bamanyirire kuleta mu budget engudo zonka. they don't bring associations. They don't bring abana infuzi. They don't have registers. So as we have started, I said, when you put me in office, I am going to print registers for our villages, all of them. We want to know the households. We want our LOC ones to be active, so that LOC ones abo bahereze LOC twos. LOC twos bahereze ward councillors. Ward councillors bahereze division yabo, whether central or north. Abo but feeding them city. You see, government, government, chain, yes, government tesokuhereza abantu sente abatazisabire. I was measuring the kilometers of roads in the Fort Portal tourism city. Nsangere Rubingo ward in Orgudo orwekwetaga kukingora to connect it to central division. Turukira Katumba ali Orgudo Rundi ruino kuturukira somewhere. So engudezo nizileta city kunywana kufoka city in reality. Mubwijwire bwayo. I have found out that the government yakatekaho omulingo gwokuhereza abantu yagamba babombekere lockups abali active poor basobora kukoramu hakasenta akakusoboka. For example, kituleta lockups zikahwa zikingire. What is the way forward? What are our leaders doing? Nsangire land board. We want people to get their titles without being extorted. Abantu nibenda land titles to access finances, and yet we have a full land board in the city.
Hakika Kimona.
Yes.
Ebyo mukwazahe byona.
Yes.
The current governance obwembezi okutwina kasomukano haborubuga runo. Nebabemanya bari makubikora rundikideya tebakubemanya.
Nubuleza amaziga.
Maybe information about Kichuleta.
You
cannot deny information.
Me, I want
in a
to.
proper debate.
I want.
It's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You're protected.
Yes. Bintu nibisaleza kan nibiriza amaziga. Omuntu no kwatwaho muno. Like we have a buildings engineer in the city. When you go and look at the status of classrooms, of buildings za government, ebisimenti bikakongoka, ebisika bikairagora, ebidirisa bikatweka, ebindi bikatika. Nsangire ngo ba OBs and OGs batandikira kwekora mu mulimo kusiga ebyombe konkebi. So if they are really supervising, ebyombe, what do they put in the budget? What is haba obis ati kumanyisa ngo ebintu babyetwalira abantu services ziremere. You see, we are collecting revenues from people. So emisoro kuruga mu bantu. What are we giving back to them
in return?
So nyowe ndiyo nikusomera manifesto you as a voter. Nkoma mfoke sitemeya, site yangasane, site huemo brofu, site tungo rugudo. What benefit is it to the voter?
In so doing, yes, you are responding to what next after nomination.
What next after nomination? So I am saying, when I contested as city mayor, you know, it is a direct seat.
So much.
Na emera na basaid. President na executive directors were women in democracy. Bakantera for this action and invited me for a workshop to recognize me as being brave and to ask me what I have for my people.
Okay.
Number one on my agenda is going to be women.
Abakazi.
I'm not excluding other people, but number one will be women. You see, abakazi obakuba empowered.
Obumezi rwangu.
Tubukuanguha.
Society ne konyero.
Da kankusoborore kurungi. Abakazi obakuba empowered. Omanyira hati abakazi nibatina na atina kwemera. Taine sente ze bisani. Naenda kusaba omusajja na mwangira. Naenda kwesimba kwehandikisa sente nezimubura. Naenda kukore kyapa sente tazine. Noenda kulya loan toine collateral. So abakazi twaruga yomanyire government eno kabetwere bikaro ebi affirmative action like woman MP so that abakazi batandike kuba brave. And I'm one of them who has become brave. So as women, we have our manifesto. We want women to access finances. Because a woman who is empowered, abana tabakuraranga, omusajja na hurate kaine, enkorakorana negena maiso. Hako nyobo nkubanzaira abana bangi. Bawe naiwe, no musajja wangi. Nyine sente. Tingunhera ngo abana ninsoro kubima fees, kubima ebyokulero ninsokusereka sente. So ntwetaga abantu abakwataniza. Families ezikwataniza. For example, abiraroho grant ya grow. Tutajihureo na kati busaho gitugambire kwija kujayo kahuwaho abagitoyo tasoko bamanya. Me, my leadership, I want to be a transformative leader. Actions that if I am a mayor, am I in charge? Like now, Fort Portal Tourism City Council has a production department. Production department, you get a veterinary doctors, you get agriculture officers. So, like as an expert in budgeting, when they bring the priorities, I will be asking department per department, what do you have for the people? What do you have for the people?
Babos banyu hapo mbaini planiki.
Kadoma bali technical. For me, I am the eyes, I am the ears of the voters. When we are budgeting year in, year out, every year, our voter about to go bamuki mu budgeting.
Okay.
We want to see the City Service Commission. I want to go on radio or on TV here and say that this financial year, when you elected me, we appointed so many people from Abanabanyo Aba village. Yes. So we want accountability that is touching our people, that is benefiting our people. For example, the associations that invite us in villages, our youth, they have certificates issued by the city. I want to tell the people, the community development officers training those groups. Are they giving them funding? I want to teach the LOC ones what to bring in the budgets.
Meaning the CDOs are there,
the CDOs are there. But who is monitoring them to do what they are supposed to do?
I get
you get it. So as when we go to beautification, cleanliness,
as you wrap it up,
yes, we have doctors, we have nurses, we have clinical officers, we have health inspectors. What are they doing? How are they doing it? When we go to engineering department, you see LOC ones are lay persons. When they bring a road to be worked on, twina ba engineers are supposed to kugenda bakapima orugudo obreiha bakapima orugudo obugaliha bakatugambira ni bagenda kutera mu kalvati zingaha
zabio chuzona bakazikora
kandi zikagaruka zikaba transparent ngo sente zotere mu budget ozirangira abantu ozirangira abantu we have budgeted for this road this much and when we are going to implement, we want to call the village and say we are going to work on your road and put trips za mara mziti tuteke mkalvat size yet ziti please be
take charge.
Yes, bino ebintu byokora bya mgrade drives za grades tenex tubizwa here yitu hatoro. This is our time.
Okay,
yes,
and malira ki
no let me finish
final malira.
That is what I am telling people. Me as a city mayor, I will not watch civil engineers sleeping in council and earning salary. But politicians are kwesimba no bakubona bana na repairing emirikondo. Can you imagine? Can you imagine voters are so vulnerable? No, they are so. I want to teach them that they are so vulnerable.
Has to do what?
Yes, they are so vulnerable that the city is not even budgeting for the maintenance, mere maintenance. which is 100,000, 150.
That is not true. That is not true.
So mbeni saba,
yes.
mbeni saba
That is not true.
dakika zaza kwa your first segment.
You must make this
balance.
interaction.
Now I want to go into the next
know?
segment.
Yes.
Nyere tunyona about the submission yanyu at first. Na bakutorora muswagira I have run short of words. I wanted
Because as a city we have 1 billion maintenance grant.
Please, first wait.
From central.
I want to clear this.
So there is no way you can say we are not budgeting.
I want you to give the information everything no sabat first, or gemuhe, then to get a break. Look up in our next discussion. It will be interaction, questions after question to some reactions of Octorora, and then we move on. What was your information?
Now the information I wanted to give my sister. You see, we must look at sustainable governance, not just periodic governance, because we are in a political season.
Here.
And we should not also look at Fort Portal as science fiction. We should look at Fort Portal in reality, vis-a-vis what Fort Portal gets as a city in terms of the grants, the conditioned and non-conditioned, and also look at the local revenue that Fort Portal is collecting, you know, and not blindfold people. One good example I want to give you is that she talked about Kichuleta being a complete project and just close it. We are not so insane
to that extent
to close a market really, unless we are just looking for people's sympathy and favor. We all know that, unless maybe my sister is not informed, that a few months ago we had rationalization of some of these government entities, and this brought about a lot of confusion. We should know that some of the projects that come down here in Fort Portal are directly procured from Kampala. A good example is that Kichuleta market. Fort Portal City had planned a tourism mall in that because we had a master plan of the city. But Kampala procured. You see, central government has also disrespected the ambitious policy they made of decentralization. We are planning authority here, and you shouldn't disrespect our planning authority. But central government imparted the market on us.
Did what?
Imparted the market on us. We even went up to the ministry in Kampala. What they told us was, you either take the project or not. I assume this conversation is informative, not argumentative.
Yes, please.
So it is not true that the project is complete. It was affected by the rationalization, because that was agglerated. It was some of the institutions were merged. So the transition is still going on.
Okay.
And the project was put on hold. So you cannot tell me, wait a bit. You cannot tell me that I as an authority here, nyikiriza abantu bagenda mukatale akataina toilet, you know, if we go there for TV, because I want you to relate this program to maybe an outside field tour that we shall do.
Okay.
I told you about Kitere,
yes.
Now the market, the sewage system is not complete. The BOQs show that the market must be paved. It is not paved. The market is not, well connected with electricity. Because the BOQs we have, the BOQs we have show all these things. Like 2 months ago, the ministry came here. They wanted to hand over the market for Porto City. I was one of the first people to stand up and told Ben Kumumanya, the PS for local government. I told him, are you an insane man? Do you think you can hand over such a facility for Porto City? You did the procurement at the central level. We don't have funds to complete what is left to be completed. And you're here, you want to hand over to the city, meaning it is the city that will have to complete the remaining. At the end of the day. I told him, no, Buana PS, we shall not accept this. And he promised to go back and harmonize with the sister ministries to ensure that that market is completed. In Fort Portal, we are known for no foolery, and we are known as a no corruption entity. That is why every town clerk who comes here runs away. Whenever I go for workshops in Kampala, they call me Fort Portal City because they know me, they know. Then they will follow with the discussions. Those ones, hey, they fight corruption. They think they can fight corruption. But that is us. That is us. That is us. So I don't want us, I want us as candidates, if we are proposing to our people, let us not be unfair to our people. Let us propose sustainable governance. Okay. I am an expert of leadership and governance.
I want to give sustainable governance.
Most leaders are proposing periodic governance.
I want to give
they are playing politics of obstructivism. They put a smoke screen on our people.
I want to give information.
Is that what she was doing? In other words?
No, I want to
I am saying the politicians.
And what are you?
I am saying the politicians. Because my discussion my discussion is general.
Information.
Because I've not only listened to her, but not even at the mayorship, but also at the member of parliament, councillors, and
information.
Food for thought.
Yes.
We want sustainable governance, not periodic governance.
Thank you so much. Now, react on that.
Let me tell you. I told
just
you.
Just in 2 minutes, I can
Fort Portal Municipal Council. Even Fort Portal.
Before.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Revenue for municipality was 3 billion. For the municipality, it was 3 billion.
But you are aware some revenue sources were banned, like the taxes, the buses.
I am speaking.
You be statistics.
I am speaking.
Give authentic data to the people.
Listen, Fort Portal Municipal Council was collecting 3 billion. What is the city? Is it still collecting 3 billion?
Do you need the answers?
Wait. That means revenue has increased. I want to tell you that street parking fees that we collect
in the municipality. Okay.
The contractor was given that contract to collect street parking fees. Where is the money? I hear it got lost. The tender got lost, ran away, disappeared with the money. I am saying that if I become a city mayor, government does not fight government. If you say that Fort Portal City Council is still disagreeing with the local government, that means you're fighting
each other.
If they hand over the market to us, and we have, how much is a pit latrine or a flashing latrine to put up? How much does it take? How much does it take to build a trench?
But are you hearing?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You see, no, listen. She claims to be an expert.
I am submitting.
No, don't blow. Let this be interactive. Let it be interactive.
We are getting there.
No.
Let me explain.
I am a very sharp student. I cannot sit in a class where we have only mediocrity.
What are we saying?
Number one, listen to this point. Listen to this.
She's
still submitting.
Yes.
Take heart.
I want to take you back.
Why are you a bad president?
I want to remind him that USNID, a central government project, constructed lockups in Mugunu Lore Park. In the same manner, it has local government has constructed Chituleta Market. Baitu abantu abatuerezo lockups na sazini baro. They did not give the chance to the poor, to the active poor, to take them.
Is different from Muslim. Then you don't know the city you're going to live. Agglomerated is different from Muslim. They have different guidelines.
I am relating.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm relating.
Yes. I talked about sustainable governance.
Yes.
And we should not look at. let's look at Fort Portal in reality.
Let me tell you.
Let me go for
Let's look at Fort Portal in reality.
Central government.
Because now, if you mix Musumi with Ablurin, then you don't know the entity you're going to lead as
Let me go for a
mayor.
commercial break.
So wait,
Brief break.
You don't know the entity you're going to lead as mayor. Because you cannot mix the two.
He's building a local.
And she says she's an expert of budgeting.
Then you're making noise.
You say you're an expert in budgeting,
Yes.
then you mix accelerate.
Bagenzi haro ekitweka ekinkumanya kikahumba ruhanga ubuyemera hansozi olengeresi amare
Fort TV, stay entertained.
Bagira orufumu olw'abayisenku rwitwe oluli very meaningful olwina amakulu ag'amaanyi olukugamba ngu amata gatahatwa lwagatahasireho ata kagatahatahoga tagatahata obwagatahata amata agagata kandi amata obo olukumara gata tosobola okwongera okagayoramu.
Kole na amani gani kuona kabla kandi kale no manya ngo ukora yao.
Ora Branding Mbamato Ore Mbamato Kokoliko komuimuke mambe sasiri Dodoli dodo bukire nakasana kakire Jambuli wateke olubimbi obwire bugenzere Sigensi golina makesa nakachira kagwire Leka kwikara kulere ngaro Ura Sabaruhanga kuyambe nagawotaireho Mbamato Kose saka kataita koinaho Omuranga ngutiri tafali ntaireho Mbamato Niwe tara ya toro Oh yeah Don't have the future ya toro Oli kieleresi Osemeriro bemwele mbezi Oli kieleresi Osemeriro bemwele mbezi Koli byafayo n'abalicha bali kusomaho Bali kimanya bwatoro karwanye ndaro Bali kumanya kemanzi ya toro kakwate ngabo Ekirali kyawe mu bamani kiriba mbitabo Ura Mbamato Ure Mbamato Niwe tara ya toro Oh yeah Don't know the future ya toro Oli kieleresi Osemeriro bemwele mbezi Oli kieleresi Osemeriro bemwele mbezi Twana kukobensi yawe birungi bali kwichuka Bali kuhero bwakaiso mwana wumuka Bona bali babaroho bali kwesimisa Ibara lyawe mubamani ririba bitabu Jambuli wateke olubimbi obwire bugenzere Sigensi golina makesa nakachira kagwire Ura
kusima muno webale kusango chala mnaitwe mutekanze Ekimeeza ziba saa 2 mpaka saa 4. And I think you guys are loving the discussion. So far so good. Tulahamu na the mayors bama baje kwesimbire okuba bakwatira flag abukitebe cha NRM okorana betabo mukaruru akabona akentebege eyo kubembera ekibuga kino ekikoto ikwandi serious the lord mayor or mayoress whatever the case may be nibo tulahamu nabo kirukino. I want to respond something honorable batechobalizeoga habwakitwale sirinyoyanka babiri. You know, sometimes naito nka management twine considering akoro atwaleta abantu abona hakuba mulebenge. That's the truth. And this was not a debate. So we want to harmonize at some point nyona tubalete nuko tukole conclude a serious plan at the end of the day. Hati kukinde sirinyo yesha kutabala batayizire then abo mpuro futuro kwa side zabo
between me and her.
Relate.
I relate. No problem.
Try to relate and contrast. So abanyakuri ni mtorora tugoza kubasima. Let me first go through a few messages. Haronyakula YouTube, haronyakuli Facebook. This is Mpuga Ignatius Yamosha Gamble. Good evening, the moderator. Thank you for hosting the two. My question goes to Honorable Albert Ahebwa. Why do we have to pay for garbages? Yet we pay a lot of taxes. Isn't that chasing people from business? This is someone reacting from on Facebook orotanga mikamberali na abandi so nja kugana YouTube nando leyo and kotwale kwanto responding at the end of the day. Honorable Ahebwa seems to be informed. You deserve my vote, sir. I know you would have done a lot, but you had a bad superior at some time back. So this is the Charles guy na walimuna agamba ensonga enkezi hamu nezindi nyingi muno mutyo muno mwebale kusanga muliyo nitenogea somezi nyakule ha YouTube nuko tuingisanize bitekerezo at the end of the day. Now Honorable Ahebwa mukubanza muri mpulege Honorable Mama Sita bina haye submission yazoka ngo obwebembezi obunyakoroho mundora yebintu nuzokomeza bulemerwe hakubo kusanga kutandika hansa grassroots ba chairman LC1s hari ibintu ebatarukumanya ebatarukuhondera habukwa musubmission yagambire najya kuteka hesera kura yayegesa abembeze kutandika grassroots kumanya biki emitendera the channels of leadership pa haiguru hamuntu arukusembayo kura bayitegereza mlingo cyo kubine kwendeza abantu babo cyanyole kangu inyo the current matches are not a mayor for now, but already all council, state council, in Kuraninga or Ruga as of now, Nukosobo Konosava, or Wembezbulu Wahiguru for Kameya. Habak Mutakoziri, Evi, Obuna Mamasili Valimna, Nalenga Navanisa, Yang and Esior.
Hati, I don't know what yardstick you're using to ask me why haven't we performed. I think I don't want to blame you,
okay,
because maybe you're speaking from an informed point of view, but I want to give you a roller coaster of some of the things we have done as a city. Number one, in whatever we implement, we can make to corner. We do a bottom-up planning and consultation, right from LC1. We have the LC1 council that reports to the LC2 council. LC1 council in a city it is a cell, in a district it is a village. A reporting to a parish in a village.
Much as you want to say that I'm not informed, like I'm time kakaho, hato tulum discussion yenye now this time. The second segment eba yokumalira no kwata ansonga.
I am being informative, you're interjecting. I'm giving you information.
You don't want to be interjected.
Why don't you want to be interjected?
When you like interjecting?
When I am giving you information.
This is no.
First wait a bit. One great thinker said that emotional intelligence requires you listen, you do more of listening than the response.
But
you get the point. Now you do more of listening to me, then you can respond. We shall not waste a lot of time here. Yes. Because if you interject, we prolong the argument. But if you listen more, you give me proper.
You also learn to listen. Next time
I will also listen. I can learn from you. You can learn from me. I am not saying I am an expert.
But go on.
You have asked me. Let me push.
Because you have been interjecting.
Because I didn't even spend a minute you interjected. Let me push. Where were we? See, that's a problem of
reporting. Then you say I'm not listening.
Number one, planning starts from the LC1
Yes,
at the village.
yes.
In a city, it is a sale. We go to the LC2. That's a ward. In a district, it's a parish. A ward reports to the division. The division reports to the city council. The city council reports to central government. And that is how we come up with the national budget. So you cannot say that we have not consulted. We have consulted. Because whatever we do, whatever we implement, is from the data we pick right from LC1.
No, you get time katita.
Wait, you may say that Fort Potro, to leadership we have not performed. That is absolutely not true. Number one, Fort Potro is the only city in Uganda that has over 8 projects in health. And last month, we emerged the number 5 in the entire country, best performing local government in health. In Fort Potro, in only one health center too, we have upgraded all our health centers to 3 and 4. We have a 4 in the Central Division, Katarak. We have a 4 in Bukuk. We have even put an X-ray. An X-ray in Bukuk. We launched it 2 weeks ago in Bukuk. We have upgraded Rubingo from Health Center 2 to Health Center 3. We have upgraded Kiguma from Health Center 2 to Health Center 3. We are still upgrading the Center 4s because we want to make them city hospitals. That is 4 and that is Vukuku and Katarak. Tuli tukora a 1.8 billion maternity ward here in Katarak. Elabo eriyo already na theater eriyo in Katarak and basara abakazi ne operating and babazazi. Twine ward, a maternity ward, a eriyo nekoro. In Vukuku twine maternity ward, eriyo nekoro. Next week, the UPDF Engineering Brigade negenda kubon ground netkora Gweri Health Center 3. We have done 2.5 kilometers of tarmac under Usmid to Teiremo 620 lights in Fort Potro City. For the first time, Fort Potro City, in most dark areas that have tarmac.
That one is true.
We are recycling our organic waste into briquettes. We are the only city that is producing, that has a product on the market as a result of our best practices. We are only 2 cities in Uganda, Fort Potro and Jinja, that are in the Clean Air Forum. And Fort Potro, we can even measure the quality of our air. Because we are a tourism city, these are some of the aspects that we need in the tourism city. A visitor from New York or Fort Potro, after the air quality, we are going to install.
Point of information.
These are very
gifted.
These are very technical issues that you may not understand.
No, it is not you.
After the air pollution, protect me, my host. Protect me.
Are you listening?
After the air quality monitors that we installed, when I was in Lagos in the Clean Air Forum, we brought air quality monitors in Fort Potro. I wish we had planned early. I can even show you an app on the phone that you can measure the quality of air. Show the people. Show the people. This was our quality of air today. Ruengoma, Boma East, our quality of air was moderate. We can monitor our quality of air. Nyowe is speaking with evidence.
Boma East, Ruengoma.
We are the only 2 cities in Uganda. Actually, the third one is a capital, Kampala. Fort Potro, Jinja, and Kampala. We are the model cities of the Clean Air Forum globally. This next month we are going to Nairobi. Next year we shall be in London. Lobbying and advocating for Fort Potro City. You get the point? We have renovated and constructed our classrooms in our schools. We have put toilets. Remember the biggest part of Fort Potro City, the Northern Division and Ivale Parish. We are from a typically rural area. And we have done our best to ensure that we elevate these areas to a standard that Central Division is at. We have constructed toilets in our schools. A case in point is Ivale Secondary School. There is a classroom construction there and the toilet. Ivale Primary School, Bagaya Primary School, Burungu Primary School, Bukuku, Kahinju, etc.
I think
so
now
it is a very defamatory to allege that the current leadership has done nothing.
But
besides that,
but is what is
we have put in place. Listen.
What
besides that,
after
very good.
Besides that, we have put institutional structures in place.
We are discussing.
I am still giving accountability. Protect me from an aspirant.
I mean,
we have put in place. We have put in place institutional structures. One, Fort Portal City can recruit workers on its own. We have the Service Commission. Two, she claims that she was an auditor. It is the Fort Portal City Service Commission that my council instituted that recruited her. Though even her recruitment was full of irregularities. We have the Public Accounts Committee in place, Fort Portal City. We have the Land Board in place, Fort Portal City. There is no way you can say that the current leadership has not performed.
Albert, yes, I beg to bring you back on track.
Yeah, bring him back on track. He's completely off.
No, the question you posed was that we have not performed. I am answering you.
Listen to me.
Maybe you're an ambassador of her.
What next after nomination?
I was answering you.
What makes you think I'm an ambassador?
The question you posed.
What next after nomination?
And the question came from her submission.
You
get the point?
Okay.
Yes.
I accept and I admit to whatever you've been submitting now. Let's come back.
I am giving you facts.
Let's come back.
I request a Fort TV documentary of the Fort Portal project. I will pay for it.
As long
I will pay for it.
Pay for it.
We shall go on each and every project that the current leadership has executed.
What next after nomination?
Albert, effective way?
Even tomorrow, I am ready. Even tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Even I am a result-oriented person.
I love that.
Tomorrow we go.
Thank you so much.
We go. Even Mama Sita can be there. I want to show her. I want to show her.
What next after nomination?
All that you've been submitting,
yes.
He's been submitting on behalf of the council.
Yes.
City council.
Yeah.
Now let's come back to track.
Yeah.
You've been nominated.
Yeah.
And don't ask questions that put us off track.
Back to track.
Ask questions in line with the topic.
Can you accept to be
You
taken
see,
back on track?
I am a diverse leader.
Can you be taken back
I
on track?
can attack any question you ask. Come over. Come over, my brother.
Now,
It is my turn.
yes, please.
Off no off. Me, it is me now speaking.
That's from now.
I have an element of diversity.
The next chance will be given, Honorable Albert. Come back on track. Tubazeho iyo nga Albert owarigire entebe wa city Lord Mayor. Can nomination is away. What next? Iyo nga you as an individual. No, listen. Think I'm into responding now.
Okay.
I wanted to collect you back on track. Now, Honorable Kiwunde.
Yes.
Yone ga Honorable Albert abalizo Brazil. Ndengaroka kumwibara akama akantu akuhumole kanti nko wembezo munyakoro saze nakuyitolemu. Are you still in? You are not. The ebe mabintu tibikoze. Think I'm into mukole.
I beat you on your game.
The truth is
I beat you on your end game.
The truth is mukozire. But not to the expectation.
We have now worked. At first you said we did. But now
you said you're not interjecting.
Now,
why can't
if you did
the man to speak?
If you did, Albert, how come
you come down and behave?
I cannot deny an own goal. If you score an own goal, I will celebrate.
No,
how comes an OB and an OG under your regime, mwemezwanyu leaders of the city, kusanga haliba OB bali mugenda kukora amasomero, aganya kwina budget, aganya kwina buli kimu kiona, kakunu kambeze muro. Akini ndahamna hiyo.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. To be specific, me, I am aspiring to be the city mayor.
Yes. I can't save me from that.
Yeah,
he's an aspirant, I'm an incumbent. Because the mayor ran away, I've been the mayor.
Now you see.
Okay. Go on, Raki.
He's completely off. Everything he speaks is off. Now we go to the topic. What next please. After nomination?
Yes.
I want to tell our viewers and people listening to us that Fort Portal City Council has two different kinds of revenues. Conditional grants and conditional grants, okay, like three, and then own source revenue. The money that we collect. Nkasiti. Habokuva sente ezikuruga handi za World Bank, ezigenda mu city zone not only Fort Portal. Aliyo road rehabilitation fund. The Fort Portal honka nija na handi. And we have local revenues. We have property tax. We have licenses. ezitukuihamu contract sizing as a street parking, collections from markets, daily dues, things of that nature. Me as a city mayor, then explaining what a city mayor does. And I want our viewers to ask me in the future that the other time you said this and this, why aren't you doing it? Me, when I become city mayor, I want to remit a percentage to LOCs. Nko kukiri mu Local Government Act. Ngo turasorozaga emisoro, turaherezaga omutemo lower local councils. You see, you can be aspirants. You come to debate, omuntu nabatende manifesto. Oyiro naenda kutembera mweyawo. Buli kyokubaza naenda kukigaruka. So huo manifesto ye ne tembera muyange. Ketegeriza. He has nothing to give to the people. He has nothing to speak on his own.
Don't discuss, we will discuss what they have asked.
I'm saying aspirants, not you. I said aspirants. Can you imagine that some aspirants have no manifesto? They first wait for you to speak, then they get what to speak.
Sorry.
Okay. Me as a city mayor, I see that gap. Lower local councils have not been getting their share. According to the law. I want in my term of office people to ask me, because I will be giving bursaries to the vulnerable, to the orphans. I want people to budget for our people. You see, when we say that we are doing a road, that I'm going to bring air, people to breathe good air.
What next?
What are people benefiting from the road and so on? You see, they are building. Yes, we are building.
To know that.
We are building. We are building health centers. We shall build hospitals, but we want to align those services with our people's pockets and incomes.
With the common man.
With the common person, the voter. Voter, owaraba liyo health center, aina ka transport ko kujayo.
Orgudo?
No, aina ka transport ko kujayo. Owaraba liyo, can that person afford to buy themselves akokunywa? Yes, otwizi runda kasoda. Ntugonza, you see those health centers, batunda obutagwa siringi butano. No sango muntu aizire. You see, we are bad off. That is a fact. So we want to
equip as a city to the bad off as the
voters. Kalaro abantu abatakwa affording even a book of 1,000. Neither hirwaro na bamutuma nibagambo tene kitabu, we shall not treat you. I want our people to get such services. I want to be in touch with the people. You see, to monitor that if government, central government is giving us money, is it put to good use? If they have sent road rehabilitation, I saw one time, yes. You see, I said the mayor is the supervisor of the town clerk. The town clerk supervises the departments. You see?
They are lawful procedures of council. They are lawful procedures of council.
Nah, exactly.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
will you do it as you? It is council. Council is the highest authority. Planning authority.
I am speaking for what I'm going to do for the people.
But we are misleading the public, really.
We are not misleading the public. First of all, I said that we are starting work with LOC 1s, with the LOC 2s, with the councillors and everybody. Did you hear that?
Oh God.
Okay, continue. We have 2 minutes to wind up.
As someone who is knowledgeable,
yes,
no budget every year, it is not benefiting the common man. To in bursaries is also we gave so and so. To in gambango abarweire people, by the way, baso ganam health centers baketaga kuba referring mu like Mulago or Mbarara.
Yes.
The city can come in. Omayire obokuba no budgeting. Had your miscellaneous, had your supplementary budgets, and so on and so forth. Me, what brings me is the voters. There is a big gap between voters and the services offered by the city. Like I told you, we have veterinary doctors. And the Fort Portal, especially North Division, in Ebsorobiai, I don't have a Nente, I don't have a Nembuzi. Our veterinary doctors giving services to our people. Twine Ngokongambire ngu North Division yekeno hamataka naki. Our agriculture officers giving services to our people. Kubegese kitoko kibyare distance yeti. Rundi twine toke hybrid ebilviti tija kubantu letara abantu baitu. You see, we want to connect. I don't want to be in the skies
at once.
I want
it's a process.
I want to align the top things and the very low things together. Tosobora kugamba ngo ninja kuba skyscraper ndete air ndete ngudo ndete, but what is the voter benefit?
The air quality is
I want you see, Fort Portal is gifted naturally. It is not a question. It is gifted with our weather, with our everything,
so
you know.
Yes. Out of exposure.
Do you have any industry?
You see, you're not.
Do you have any industry?
Wait.
Do you have any traffic now?
But can you leave me?
You see, you have to be.
Please.
You have to
Please.
have a strategic
Please.
plan for the city. Proceed, Mayoress, proceed.
Why are you so shaky? Be steady, be calm, and we submit.
Okay, get a message, Maria, you're protected.
We are talking about education and sports. Our department, education and sports. I have not at least heard that Fort Portal Tourism City Council has any team around football, around netball, around basketball are rising from that department. So these are the things that when I am city mayor, we want records. We are not just going to wake up, go to Kampala, Aju. You know, even to your government, they were written. If you have argued, you put it in writing, and they respond.
Okay.
I want a database of our local associations that we have in the city. I want a database for North Division. I want a database for Central Division. You know, opportunity favors the ready.
Okay.
That when funds are there for our associations, do we know the associations we have?
Okay.
Do they have bank accounts? Or if you're monitoring, or if there is a meeting of heads of departments and there is a city mayor, is he or she in a position to know that this worker is supposed to do ABC, this worker is supposed to do this? We want a knowledgeable person. Like I told you, I have experience. My main aim is to kunywanisa services with the people. I want our people to benefit from the services of the city. I want the people to feel that when they pay taxes, they receive back. Nkokugambire ngo abantu nibayayana muno. Usanga ba politicians in baralizon, they don't know that they are supposed to invite at least technical people for guidance. Sanga bakoraliza mkitebe kinu, they don't know what to do. Ebintu byone bakora byokwe hanga. And yet those workers are there to give services to our people.
How about this tendency kusanga abebembezi abakiro wingi mu bebembezi bwabo ndi different offices balimu? I know that they assume to know, or indeed they know, habokuba na abakome benyine bajya kurikira mbantu bano kubalirira bize byabo batekeza ngo abantu bamanya. But at some point usanga haro misinformation ngo umuntu no obayirukiro bundi tali wasemere kuba nabakonyera.
You see, like I said, what next after nominations? We have been set, we have been allowed to go to the communities. to tell them our agenda, to tell them that you see, you are supposed to be budgeted for in A, B, C, D. You are supposed to receive A, B, C, D from the city. This service is supposed to be offered to you. This is your right, like a community development officer, to train village groups, to visit them and teach them basics and budget for them. Ati osokutunga sente, batakuplaningira and batakumanyira. So we want to know, to track and trace associations zones to akahereza certificates because they pay council. When you are registering an association, you pay for the certificate.
Bazino
no, bazina abantu mu byalo.
Bazina true.
Yes. They have their bank accounts. No sanga ni beirukira baferirwe. So as I was moving around, I found a need. Because we are supposed to put needs of people in our budget.
True.
From those local revenues. I have found a need that almost every village or almost every parish is buying tents and chairs. The leaders have been addressing voters by kalira mbinyansi time. Nabaveta, nabekalira kemo binyansi, and a leader is very comfortable talking to people by kalira hansi.
Nabanhiza byagenda kubakora
na kuba. Nabanhiza byagenda kubakora by kalira hansi.
Ogo warukwija over the incumbent.
Everybody. By career hands. So, Nixano Barora Bagamba Baitu, I think there is a need for tents and chairs. I am everywhere I've moved. I have moved through the city. People are buying themselves chairs and tents.
Okay, okay. Hey. Thank you so much. Now, I have Albert. Ntuenda kuwa wrapping up to Maliri Ntekekete Kirochati. You as an individual, having heard what Sylvia has said and submitted, what is next after you and remember today is fast, so now go on and tell the people what next as Albert Ahebo Marasta.
No, I want to phrase your question, not me as an individual, because if you know local governance, we don't work as individuals.
Albert, I want to take part of
I am going to be the political head of Fort Potro.
At Israel.
Ask me what I'm going to do as the political head, not as me as Albert.
You as Albert,
a political
head. Once given.
Number one, we should understand that we were given a strategic city. And our city, Fort Portal, was themed tourism. There are like 4 or 3 strategic cities. The rest are not strategic cities.
I'm listening.
Mbarara is not a strategic city. Fort Portal is a strategic city. Hoima is a strategic city. Jinja is a strategic city, so among others. Among others. So, as a mayor to be, I must look at the theme. Because this theme was created under the ambitious policy of urbanization of government. And it is embedded in the current NDP4. It was also embedded in the previous NDP3. A vision that should be realized by 2040. So I would be a bad mayor. Wait a bit. I would be a bad mayor. But why do you interject? I am building my point to interjecting.
Your points will still be driven.
I told you this discussion is informative. I want to give you information.
Is informative.
I don't think you even knew that this is a tourism themed tourism. I didn't know it is even a strategic city. Because if you interject when I'm giving such information, it means you're not informed.
One thing I wanted to get is, when you informing what? That's why you're going outside there with those terminology designs that are going to get us. Exante kweo or isanga tukoziri. Tuta kutugende empora. Chone chukulete taganyikiriza nkitahemu okitemete mumkuru then umrozo weta chetegereza.
Okay, proceed. I will break it down to your own understanding. Please proceed.
Not necessarily me. Okay.
Proceed, my brother. Okay, let's get to the discussion. Proceed. You ask me, proceed.
Beni ngonda kaguza Albert. Ebyo mukubaza ebi. Nyonso nkomunso kwa nimbetegeza oba tingubetegereza. Okay, Mengo, that's the same way. Not necessarily you or your colleagues at the end of the day. Nuko mugambira abantu muti. Then usanga tubabyetegereza tumwabitema tamamu. Nicho kifundi akugambye nywandisa omuntu wa buli kiro elemans asobole kwetegereza ebyanye mu kumanya mundu okunuko asobole kurubatira mu mitendere nyakwikiro atungobe oberezo wasemerwa natu.
I was going to break it down but you entered
obuta kujya kibreakinga hatandikira tugenda mwezi obuzirede kikitano nuko bombe tugenda.
Now I will still stick to my submission. Okay. Because me I like teaching, though I'm looking for a vote. No ndani sera karuru nimba ninyenda rukalire nanye ayege. Fort Potro is a unique city. It is a tourism city. And therefore nka webembezi buli kimwe kimukuba mukora, you must attach it to an element of tourism. Yeah,
correct.
Number one, nko mwebembezi owagenda kwebembera city ya Fort Potro ya tourism. Number one, nyine kukonsideringa buli category ya buli muntu wena
owali mu kibuga cyange
whereby ningenda kuzoninga the entire city ngu iwe ruine capital ya milioni 2 neyo nosobora kusurvivinga mu city ya Fort Potro. Ngu nanyowe ruine capital ya bilioni M ninsobora kusurvivinga muki omurubuga orwa Fort Potro. Abaine captain court obazoninge obateke mu kikale kya na abaine captain taito obazoningo obateke mu kikaro ekyabo, because kwebembera city no yetaga a population kandi etali just population but population eye productive
kandi nyakutekanizibwe
when we talk about revenue enhancement nguntu enda kuimukya revenue tosobora gimukya nobinga abantu aba mu city ahubwo no kusosora umusoro
sobora nguma
buli sente zone zitukozesa izo itwaze city nzirugambantu so obo kubinga abantu and you don't empower the people, you're chasing away money no yongera no bunaku maki abantu. So number one, my first priority will be accommodating each and every category.
I love that.
Owa street, owa kutunda chips na chapati, owa kuchebicholi, omusubuzi wa kabundeire. That's why we are creating a more farmers market. Aka katala karikichuleta is a farmers market. You know? Okay. Omugaiga rupu employing over 50-100 people must be accommodated. Aine kukora in a conducive environment. Kumekinga sure omusoro tukumuteka ugule fair. Omunako wahansi omusoro akusasura gube fair. Haro omuntu omurukagwizege chikaguzo. Why do we have to pay taxes for waste? To pay yet we pay taxes. Nkisoboro lirege mukubanza. Ngo at first council byali nesoroza kasasiro. Twari tagisoroleza busa. Haro omusoro gutwabateka hoga mu license. Obutwa privatizingire kasasiro twagigarura omuntu wabulikira agisoroza omusoro kuri mu license twagwihayo habo kuba ito twali itukasanga ngo it was unfair tax to the people ngo hirege cyo kurora ngo kihunda hano aine a hard way nyonyi ni boutique tutukuproducinga wese kusana habwaki nyonsa sule sente kusana na zakundi twagambale ku muntu asasure kasasiro eya generating polluter pay policy osasure echo generating habo kuba butusagara a old style way it means owa boutique on wamunyigiriza ijuka iyo no muyihaza license na yora enija ne koraki
nesa nagamba nguru kutunde ebicholi takwinganingana owagaragi akutulichebo ero ne pire bichwege
ndakati hati mugaragi ejo mujunga jesira hazardous waste hati obuntu mutawo musoro gundi
kira haliyo na koche bicholi
abo kuberera hazardous baitu nabo no boraba no mutawo musoro gundi oine ku making sure watawo situation nguka ejo westiye yagi disposing ata off teringu bule waste yona ntugitwara mu kitere for example you cannot take medical waste mu kitere yetu tekujyayo it is risky nicho tukolire esuluisi kataraka worth 300 million. All medical waste can be, destroyed there. Buhinga, but that is central government. Buhinga to gain observers wa man, apart from advocacy. It has local leaders who can advocate. Haro a regional hub, main point. ebali ombombeka saidi za kichwambu baitu ito we cannot wait for that tukaangua tuateka hii kurorangu we have a mitigation measure ya wangu wachetegeriza so issue yokuholdinga buli muntu according to entashaye egi we shall zone people and we shall not chase people from footpoto ekintu ekindi mbeni mpura mbagamba footpoto rimwe byombeko bikuru tubisese tubikoleke baitu otakasesere ebyombeko
hari business z'abantu
hari business z'abantu n'abakama byombeko tomanyire cash flow yabo nyo mukwijo out inkumanya the financial responsibilities you have oine loan oineki tinso kwija nkagamba out of nowhere ngo ikyombeko kisese kuya tuija kwija we first empower these people tuija kutunga ba engineers we come and inspect these buildings every condemned to be empowering to have new design so that batunge more tenants by empowered then we can set a time frame Ntugamba in the next 15 years or 20 years we want you to redevelop your area meaning we set a standard in total standard oraba no redeveloping since we want to mitigate the issues of traffic congestion and all that tandika na parking has then ogenda good we shall give a standard of floors given hano to the prone hamsis haro building is to shock wombe comfort potos to shock go out of nowhere no ga musis now and besides being a tourism city haro mwe byombe ko munu ebitaseme kusis ebyo burambuzi we can decide to have the old Fort Potro and the new Fort Potro. If you go to Kampala, most of these traditional towns, traditional cities, genda Kampala, there is the old Kampala, nebyombeke bikuru bikyali for tourism.
True.
Genda Jinja, streets za Jinja's Kirowing, they still have those old buildings and they are modifying them for tourism. Actually, in Fort Potro, I am thinking of kuhindura officiate ya bombing because it has very rich history. I want to turn it into a Fort Potro city, tourism city museum. Do you know why they call it Boma? Boma in full, or Akimanyere Boma in full, it is the British Overseas Military Administration. That's where they used to see it.
I beg your pardon?
British Overseas Military Administration below Egi Boma. Boma is the center of power. It is not by mistake kusanga roho Boma. Egi Boma haikarahoga a full lieutenant. It is not by mistake ngumumaiso ga Boma there is a fort. A fort at Toro Club. It was an element of defense. It is not by mistake in our court, our police, our everything. That is the center of power with very rich history. So, in a tourism city, you must protect such treasures. Two, the tombs as they are around Fort Potro. Historical tombs. Nigeria government, if you can search, in the Museum and Monument Act, statutory instrument here, Turkey, it gazetted all our tourist sites. Bank of Uganda is gazetted, the Toro Karuzika Palace is gazetted, the Toro Kingdom Parliament is gazetted. There are some iconic structures. It's Tosok we have Fort Potro. If you're flying to a city of London, what do you see?
A lot.
When you fly, not a lot, the signature structure. When you're flying to the city of Paris, what do you see? When you're flying to the city of New York, that portrait of liberty, you will see that you're in London. Now, Fort Potro needs to be identified by such an iconic structure. Sazun, we are identified by the Karuzika Palace. Omwebembezi wena rukwija as a mayor, as the head of the planning authority, you must protect such sites as treasures.
Now, I beg for interest of time, Honorable Bat, and the Kihunda Sylvia, we climax the discussion of today. Unless otherwise, we can come in through again next time given chance. So
then, Kamari account kateito kati.
Yes,
issue your bursaries.
In a minute.
It is just information.
Okay.
Nyowe, in my leadership, nkanta ina busobozi bwo kutaba bursaries. Baitu nkalobinga kurugamba nywani. Haro kitongole cha ADISAP. Advocacy Center for Child Safety and Family Protection. Eke kitongole keira bursary over 800 students abamba kamara na university it will be part of our documentary. Or to a documentary, it will be part of it. Actually, I want to thank you, the face of Eno. This it is the genesis of better things that the public will have an opportunity to see.
Okay.
We have given over 800 students. Now, Sazuno, we have over 100 of them bali somero.
Okay.
Nebasoma.
That's good.
Of course, abamba kaija bagamba ngo abamba twara abana mbali sebisi yagamba koraki. But we have kids who have gone up to university.
Going forward.
Mumpapora abana bakaturukera Mumpapora over 5 times as the best performing students. One of the best performing students in the entire country. Yeah, that's the information I wanted to give. So, once again, I want to hugely appreciate you. I want to hugely appreciate my colleague for finding time to be part of this discussion, for also inviting us to be part of the discussion, because the way Tomiro Gonza, sometimes when people don't see us speaking, exchanging, they don't get to see what quality of leader should we vote. Tebakutunga muntu owachwinchwire, tebakura omumbembezi wagia kukoma na sanata. What is he or she capable of doing? So, inyenda kubasima for giving us this opportunity, and I am looking forward. And this is please a request. Ngo tugane hano na agenzi baitu bali abasatu Kamar, Stella Marung, na Kazovu. Tutakagenze primaries. Nuko abantu urundi bali mbatuke you know?
I love that.
So that people really get enough options to make a choice, because they are making a decision that will last for 5 years.
Sure.
And very important in their lives and the society problems they have.
Thank you so much, Honorable.
I believe I am the best candidate for the post of city mayor. The best of the best. When we are planning for the city, we solve underlying issues. We don't go to solutions
before
minus knowing what we are solving. When I was moving around, because you cannot go into something you have not done research. I have done enough research that the business community, the business people who make up for Poto Tourism City are at a distance. They are not connected to the city. On my agenda, when elected as the city mayor, it is on my agenda that I bring back those people back to city, near to Fort Poto city. Ningonza kubagambira mu Fort Poto ebabaini batekereza ngombe muno yinobuteka bagaruka hano bombeke bagaruka hano tuhanule tutandike kutunga meetings. A mayor who is not discussing with the community tasobora kwa achievinga anything. Nsangire ekizibu ekindi kya associations aroho abana basaluni aroho aba mechanics
aba welding
aroho aba boda boda obumbere ninyetorora nsangire ngo abana ba boda boda baine ekizibu kya extortion from companies that are selling to them abakubaguza pikipiki hamaloni nibamalira bagabakire nibamalira babateire hamili. So because when you don't have records you cannot lobby for what you don't know. Aba saluni baine byetagwa byabo, aba makanika baine byetagwa byabo, aba boda boda baine byetagwa byabo. Tugonza kubateraho a loan facility. If we are to lobby a loan facility that will give them loans bagole like pikipiki cash. If it is 5 million or 6 million, but you go the cash batanike kugara munsaho ya kanso sente zitali exorbitant no kubahambi okuhingura ine kubairukyankaha omusite. City is made up of hotels. We need a record of our hotels so that hotels zinu tuzinywanise na ministries. Workshops ezarabagaziriyo ezimu zije mu Fort Portal Tourism City zirete entasha mu Fort Portal Tourism. That is on my manifesto, that if I have a records of all hotels, all guest houses, I am able to lobby from the ministries that please consider us in workshops ezimu muzirete mu hotel gaitu hakuba bagamba nibatekereza maybe tutuine capacity. So I want to kunywanisa ministries with Fort Portal Tourism City.
Okay.
First of all,
concluding first of all, Greg, come to a climax.
So on my agenda, I have a lot of things to do. And I told you that I believe in myself. I have seen what is going wrong. I have seen what has failed to be done. I am the best candidate as a city mayor for Fort Portal Tourism.
Wow.
City.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Kunde Sylvia and Ahegwa Gilbert, for coming through, guys. Albert Ahegwa, thank you so much. So how I wish, like someone communicated to it's going to be a joint campaign this time round, if all goes well. How I wish the 5 of you, nabala bachakusigereyo, ba MPs, ba mayor, ba city division mayor, naband, bona bagenda gambraza, bona kukumuli on the panel, community ba facing, something like that. And at the end of the day, they can get clear options ko kona ba Albert agambire, ongo abakomi mbamba tungamu a variety of choices, nuko bale mekora enchwamu embe at the end of the day.
Kanda bya kantu kamu. Ito beja kubamba tukoma ebiro byokwezi abiri na bena.
Yes, kuno kwezi.
Members of parliament mbaba koma ebiro byokwezi 16. Akaruru ko kusimba line. Gendo simba nyuma ekisani kya Rasto Mubwati omutera akaruru kuba city mayor of Fort Portal.
Okay. Thank you so much for being there for us from the hour of 8 mpaka saa 9 dakika ziri 18 ezirabiro msaitu ya kana tugonza kubasima mukire bagumesiriza barungi messages ninzora zini nyingi muno. I will not go through them all, but to very well kiki something reasoning capacity blah, there are so many and I think we shall read them thereafter na nyeje programs hizi tugonza kubasima abakusanga kutosa mukira mnaito abanyakola Azam TV, Hazuku TV, free to air decoder, Star Times, tubero YouTube, Facebook na handhona tugonza kubasima ko kubasabire next time God willing tujja kubaleta bona batano ko kubesimbera hantebe enwe muko ture kurugahona mbere bale maybe obundi kunde nagamba no the best ayeba nagamba no the best obundi onde no ara mukazi odi could be the best. So other than that one, I want to appreciate you guys. Keep on hooked for TV. Until next time, it's been Ekimeeza Gonza, your host. Good night.